All right, anybody out there trading today get caught in ESSC or trade that one today? Everybody see my chart? This was a little meme stock today. Stock was $9 2 days ago. Went to $26 today, and I'll show you exactly where we shorted that stock based on our technical analysis, which was spectacular. Pete, look at our little dot up there.
Wow,
see
amazing.
Exactly where it got to. A lot of FOMO in this stock today. I'm going to show you where it closed. Everybody keep your eyes on $26.27. Boom. Closed at $14. So here's all your FOMO, right? I had a lot of people, we have our private trading room. So I had a lot of people in the private trading room, and we were never looking to buy this stock. We were only looking to short the stock for a trade, and it worked out perfectly for us today. But you want to talk about FOMO and memes, here you go. Just another example. We have 2 or 3 of these every single day where people are getting caught up in this FOMO. For those of you who don't know what FOMO is, it's fear of missing out. And they buy stocks like these up at $20 and $25 and $26, thinking that they're going to go to 500, and they all end up holding the bag, and it closes at $14, and 90% of them lose money on that trade rather than make money. So
look at the volume, guys. Look at the volume. Every day there's a meme stock I analyze. How much of a percentage of that crazy spike in the volume are those little beautiful candles at the bottom, guys. That means that when it got to the high of the day, everyone was buying the living heck out of this stock. And I would bet you that a majority of 90% of the people who got in on this because they heard the hype, they heard the internet, they heard Reddit go wild on the stock. It was a meme stock, paid the high or within $2 of the high, and the stock went down $8. The world was telling them that it was going to the moon. And I promise you 90% of the people who traded this stock today lost money. That's why we're here.
No doubt about it. No question about it. And we actually had a good winning trade in this, and we actually had a losing trade in this. So I'm going to show you guys that even when you use your best technical analysis, nobody makes money on every single trade that they do. It's impossible. You're going to have losing trades. But one thing that we're going to talk about is how important it is to lose a little bit on your losing trades and make more on your winning trades. I would bet the consensus out there is most people here probably want to talk about technical analysis, right? But we're going to start with some questions that beginning traders need to know and need to be aware of. The most important part of trading is not on these charts, guys. It's what's in between our ears, and we'll talk about that for a few minutes before I actually going to share with you some of our technical analysis, walk you through some trades we did and why we did them and how we did them. If you're shorting, then how do you get out of your position if the volume's low? If the stock starts going down, Travis, doesn't matter how much volume there is. When you short a stock, guys, let's talk about this for a couple of minutes because a lot of people might not know this, right? There are 2 ways we can make money trading stocks. We can buy a stock and sell it when it goes higher, which is what everybody's comfortable with. Or we can short a stock and then buy it back when it goes lower. 2 sides of the same coin. And a lot of traders out there, anyone here who's not comfortable or has never shorted a stock, give me a 1. If you're not comfortable shorting or you have never shorted a stock. See, there's a lot of people out there, okay? A lot.
You're missing 50% of the trades, guys.
You are missing 50% of your trading opportunities. Yes.
And we understand it's scary to short stocks. It's scary if you don't know what you're doing.
Well, here's why, again, when you short a stock, your risk is unlimited. Obviously, you can short a stock at 10 and it can go to 10,000, right? We know that. But if you're using technical analysis to get into any trade, whether you're buying it or shorting a stock, we're putting the odds in our favor of that trade working, okay? Whether it's going up or whether it's going down. And when we're shorting a stock, you don't have to understand, okay, that we're selling something that we don't own with the hopes of buying it back. None of that matters, all right? The only thing that matters is when a stock gets to a level technically that tells us that the stock should be shorted, we're going to short the stock. When we short a stock at a certain price, we profit when it goes down from there. So everybody can see this little dot in my chart. And I'll explain what that is when we go and talk about technical analysis. But that little dot in my chart is a pivot point. And we had a stock go from $20 to $26. When it hits this little pivot point, that's resistance. When a stock hits a resistance on a chart, we want to short it, okay? So if we shorted this stock at $26.27, Literally 10 minutes later, the stock went down $3. So if you shorted 100 shares at 26 and you bought it back at 25, you made $1 on that trade. You made $100 for each 100 shares that you traded. So it's just the other side of the same coin. I buy a stock, I want it to go up. I short a stock, I want it to go down. This is a good one. I'll talk to Albert, then we'll get to questions, guys. Is this for options and futures or only singular positions? Albert, anything that you could put a chart to, our technical analysis will work. I don't care if you're trading Bitcoin or Forex, anything that you're trading, our technical analysis that will work. All right. Aside from risk management, what are the main things you look for before entering a trade? That's technical analysis. We're going to talk about that. How many people out here are just getting started with trading and don't even know how to get started? Give me your one. Perfect. Great. How many people out there have started trading and are really struggling? Traded 2 years on and off at not profit. Perfect. That's why we're here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Okay?
it.
That is the whole reason that they're here tonight. Me and Pete have taught thousands and thousands and thousands of people how to trade. Okay. And I can tell you that the first thing that we're going to teach everybody is how not to lose money. Okay. Because it's like you got to get yourself to a certain point where you give it up to the higher power and you say, I want to do this, right? I got to learn how to do it the right way. How many people that are struggling are trying to do this either full-time or part-time? Give me a one.
Wow.
Okay, a lot again.
Wow. Okay.
A lot again. Okay. I'm sure there's some people who are in my, oh, that's nice, Chris, that are in my trading room. And anyone in my trading room will tell you that the techniques that we use and a lot of things that we're going to give you tonight and talk about have made us consistently profitable traders for years now. I think we have had one break-even month in the last 2 years. And we're at about an 80% success rate on our trades. Now, that's not so important. And I'll explain why. You're going to see a lot of people out there who will tell you they have an 80 or 90% success rate. It doesn't mean they're even making money. And I'll explain why, okay? You can have 9 good trades where you make $100 and that one trade where you lose $2,000 or $3,000. You're not a successful trader, even though you have a 90% success rate. So managing the trades once you get in them is the second most important thing. You want to get the most out of our winning trades and lose the least on our losing trades. So that's the most important thing. You can make money on 9 out of 10 trades and just be a losing trader. But what I'm telling everybody here and what we teach you in our course will make you a successful trader if you follow exactly the plan and what we tell you to do. It is not rocket science. It does take a little bit of time to work. You got to crawl before you can walk. It is not a get-rich scheme. Let's get that out of there right now. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Trading is about being consistent. By the time we finish with our webinar tonight, everybody in this room will have a 50% better chance of being a successful trader if you just listen to the things that we're going to talk about tonight. 50%. And that 50% comes from money management. You throw that in with technical analysis that works, and we are not getting into a trade until the odds are in our favor of that trade working. Doesn't mean you're going to make money on every trade. I'm going to show you some winners. I'm going to show you a loser. But the odds are in our favor. This is not gambling. Most people out there, let me ask you this, guys. The people who are struggling, how are you making your trading decisions? And I'm going to answer it for a lot of you. You're probably looking at a stock and buying it because you hope that it's going to go up. That's number one, right? Yeah, the emotion gets in, feeling it, listening to other people, Jaslyn. Yes, right. Yes, 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 yes. Before you get into any trade from this point out, especially if you go through our course, if you decide to do that, we do not get into a trade unless our charts and technical analysis tells us to get into a trade. How many of us can pinpoint 1 or 2 trades that we've lost thousands of dollars in because we thought that something was going to happen in a stock? I bought a stock, it went down, I bought more. It went down more, I bought more, I bought more, I bought more, till I couldn't take the pain anymore. I finally get out of the trade, probably at the exact wrong spot to get out of it. It turned around, went up. I would have got all my money back. But instead, I got wiped out at the bottom of a trade, right? You have to have a rhyme and a reason to what you're doing, guys and girls, okay?
A plan every time.
Yes, go ahead, Pete. You want to say something?
No, I want to take the opportunity to introduce ourselves first.
Oh, maybe we should have done that. Yes.
It's okay, but it's okay. I just want everyone to know what David was alluding to is that is one of the premises of David's strategy is every time you have to get into a trade on the long side or the short side, you have to ask yourself why. And the only answer is that it sets up technically. You don't need an opinion. Having an opinion in this market is a dangerous thing to do. And that's this. I'll take this opportunity to do a quick intro because that's why we're doing this thing tonight. Guys, this market is absolutely wild and crazy. It is not just going up anymore. We've heard about the bull market going up, the bear market going down, and they actually coined the phrase this week called the kangaroo market. We've got markets doing all kinds of things. We've got Federal Reserve. We've got taper story, interest rate story. We've got supply chain issues. We've got inflation. We've got all that stuff. And it's all actually going to happen here this week because we have a huge meeting on the Federal Reserve on Wednesday. We have an S&P rebalance on Friday. Guys, we want to take this opportunity because the internet's on fire, Reddit's on fire, FOMO's on fire. There's so many people giving new traders and these new retail traders, who I hope you all are, information. They don't have your best interest involved. They don't have good motivation. They want you to listen to their hype. And when you're out there buying it, when it's up 80% on a big spike in volume, they're out there selling it. So we have our only axe to grind is that we've taken this opportunity to try and curate a course and to curate a webinar for you guys in a market that is absolutely, excuse my language, shitbag crazy, to try and educate you on the tools of technical analysis. David Green's been doing this for 35 years, as have I. Okay, you may know me from the floor of the stock exchange, and I'm here to motivate and inspire you. I've corralled my friend David Green to take some time out of his day to do this for free, to give you a webinar at this time, because we're in the middle of December in 2021, and the shit is absolutely crazy. The market is unbelievable. The high flyers are getting decimated. Earnings stocks that are coming out with positive earnings are getting decimated. The market's doing things that you can't predict. Everybody's got an opinion. And if you trade this market anticipatorily with an opinion, whether it's about the Fed, about earnings, about guidance, about inflation, about any of these stories that are reasons stocks go up and down, and you trade it on opinion, you're going to get hurt because things are not working the way they used to work. This is not your grandfather's stock market. So I'm not gonna go on and on. We'll break down in the middle of it a lot of other things, but that's why I'm here. And I've talked my friend David. He and I have curated a course called Wall Street Global Trading Academy. We'll talk about that later, which will basically take what David tells you today and break it down on a course. We're putting it out on sale tonight so you all can have it. Our differentiator is if you buy it, we will mentor you and coach you every Thursday night live for life. But David trades the markets live every day in his chat room, okay? He gets into stocks on the long side and the short side. He helps everybody learn risk management, money management, using stop orders, not listening to other people's opinion, and taking profits when you can, not when you have to. Never turn a winning trade into a losing trade, okay? Have a plan every time you get into a stock. There are rules and habits that are the difference between a successful trader and a losing trader. We are going to do our best tonight to try and give you a little bit of an inkling of how we can help you stop losing money and put the probability in your favor to try and help you make a little bit of money. Have a plan how much you want to make. Hit singles and doubles and not shoot for that home run with the diamond hands on some FOMO and some hype and get blasted apart when it goes against you because somebody way bigger than you, me, and the market decides to sell it. Like DocuSign was the flavored stock of the pandemic, went from 30 to 270, and in one day, because of a slight earnings miss, went down $130. Okay, that is the kind of market and stock. If someone has an opinion and they're wrong, they can blow up a trading account. So anyway, David is the man. He's my friend. He's my mentor. He's taught me actually how to trade using technical analysis. So I've talked him into doing this webinar tonight. We welcome you all. We love that you're here. We hope we can share a little, drop a little knowledge on you. And you got it, Davey.
Yeah, just to further what Pete said, I'm doing this for 35 years. I worked on the floor of New York Stock Exchange. Me and Pete started together at the end of 1985, Pete?
Yeah.
4 or 5?
5.
85, we started working on the floor in New York Stock Exchange together. I was on the floor for 15 years. I retired when I was 38 years old, and I've been trading for my own account ever since then, since the end of 2000. So about 10 years ago, I started teaching people how to do this because I realized how difficult it was, and that 9 out of every 10 people who were trying to do this were failing. And then we got together and curated this course about a year ago. It has done exceptionally well. The people who have bought our course are off and running to being successful traders. We'll talk more about that later. But we're here to help people. We know how hard this is to do. If you don't have any experience in this, it's almost impossible because, yes, you are listening to all the crap that is out there. And I go on TikTok every day, and I go and I look at what people are peddling and pushing out there. And 99% of the people who are on there, pardon my French, are full of shit, okay? They're telling you that they're trading live in a real account. They don't show you any of their trades, okay? They're not doing it. All they do is show you the trades that they're supposedly making money on. It's all nonsense, right? They're all there to sell you what they're selling you without helping you. Me and Peter would never sell a course that didn't have continued mentorship with it and accountability for me and him. Anyone who purchases our course, we help you every Thursday night forever. We are with you. For better or for worse, we are here. Anyone who needs us calls me. Anyone who wants to send an email, they're in trouble in something, they email me. We are here. You become part of our family. We're with you forever. Okay, let's get to some questions because there's a lot we want to cover tonight, and we don't have 17 hours to talk about. You all just talking about nonsense, trying to build yourself up, like start teaching something.
It's okay. Just pay
All
no
right,
attention.
Josh, we're going to start teaching something right now. How's that sound? I'll tell you what, Josh, if you're not happy in another half hour from now, then you can just leave and be on your merry way. The Thursday night mentorships are awesome. All right, Matt, let's start with some questions. Okay.
Sure. Yep. So we've got an audience here with varying degrees of experience. Do you mind just taking a moment to explain what exactly is day trading and what a day in the life looks like for you?
Okay, so day trading is pretty self-explanatory. What a day trader does, he looks for opportunities, okay, to buy and sell stocks during the day. My time frame to be in a trade could be anywhere from 30 seconds, okay, to 5 hours. But at the end of every day, I have no positions in any stocks because I don't want to worry about what's going to happen overnight. I don't care what's going to happen about overnight. And then the next morning we come in and reset. So a day trader buys and sells stocks during the day. How many of us have made the mistake about being in a position at the end of the day, carrying it over to the next day, and then getting absolutely killed in that position because we hoped that it would go up the next day? Yes, that is not what we do. The beautiful thing about day trading is there are many, many opportunities during the day for us to get involved in trades. And we look to take advantage of those opportunities. I have a day job, so do you offer course in swing trading? Yes, we talk about swing trading, we talk about options trading. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go on. Okay, so that's what a day trader does. We don't turn bad day trades into swing trades. And what was the second part of the question, Matt?
What a day in the life looks like for a day trader.
All right, that's a great question. I do not spend hours and hours and hours preparing myself for the market. I do not read the Wall Street Journal. I did not read Invested Business Daily. We are trading. Our long-term investments are going to take care of themselves. They have for 100 years. The market has done nothing but go up, right? There's no such thing as a market crash. It's just an opportunity, especially for your young people out there. Okay, so I walk in at 7:30 in the morning. I look at my watch list. I look at the stocks that are moving most by dollar amount and percentage amount. I will start going to those stocks and see if there's anything setting up. So about 7:30, I start my day. We have our morning meeting every day at 8:30. We start looking for the stocks that we're going to be trading for that day. That's it. That's as far as my prep work is concerned. You do not need to spend hours and hours getting ready to day trade. I don't like going paralysis by analysis. Once you learn how to do this stuff, it's pretty simple. You just have to learn the proper technical analysis and money management techniques. Okay, Matt, next.
Okay, touched on this earlier. Is day trading something that can be done part-time, or is this a full-time job?
Day trading is definitely something that can be part-time. What we have noticed, ladies and gentlemen, is that between 70 and 80% of all the trades that we do are done in the first hour of the day. And I'm going to show you some of them when we start talking about technical analysis. I like to call that amateur hour. The fact is that we're taking advantage of the amateurs that are trading during that first hour of the day. Okay? That's when you'll get big, wild moves in stocks that if you're using the proper technical analysis, you'll be able to take advantage of it. I'm going to show you a trade that we did in the video early this morning. And when we get into technical analysis, I'll talk more about it later. But we all know the video. It's a pretty wild stock. We trade this one quite often because it's very volatile. It has big moves up and big moves down all during the day. Right after the bell rang this morning, this stock went from $280 to $272 at exactly 9:35, 5 minutes after the market opened. And I want you guys to see this green dotted line down here. That is what we call a pivot point. And when a stock is going down, a pivot point is showing us support in a stock where we might want to buy the stock. At 9:30 this morning, this exactly hit this level. And in the same 5-minute bar, guys, went from 272 to 280. This stock went up $8 from our support level that it hit right at 9:30 in the morning, and the stock went up $8. Are we making $8 on that trade? No. But I think we made $3 or $4 on a trade before we could put our order in to sell it to get out of the trade. That's how fast it moved up from that technical level and gave us a trade on the long side. A little bit later on, it gave us a trade on the short side. This is what we call our 200 EMA. When stocks go up and they hit our moving averages, it's telling us it's a spot of resistance where we want to short. And I'll get more into this. And this we shorted about 285, and 20 minutes later, the stock went down $6. We'll talk more about that, okay? Technical analysis, that's how we get involved in all our trades. Okay, Matt, what do we got next?
Sure. A number of questions. How to get started day trading? What kind of capital is needed? Any mistakes to avoid off the get-go?
Well, the second part of that question we can talk about all day, right? So we'll talk about money management in a couple of minutes and psychology. All right, so there's a couple of different ways. First of all, if you're going to get involved in day trading in any way, shape, or form, find somebody that can teach you how to do it the right way. Find somebody who's going to mentor you and hold your hand while you're learning how to do it. That's number one. Number two, there's 3 different kinds of accounts you can have when you start trading. Number one, we call a retail trading account. You need a minimum of $25,000 to open up a retail trading account. You don't necessarily need that one, but that's the most popular one, okay? You need a minimum of $25,000. That's what we call a retail trading account. When you have a retail trading account with 25 grand in it, it gives you the ability to trade up to $100,000 worth of stock at any point during the day. They give you 4 times what we call buying power. Okay, not a lot of people have $25,000 to start a trading account. What else can I do? There is what we call a proprietary trading account, where you open up with a prop firm. Okay, that you need a minimum of $5,000 to do. You have to take and pass a couple of exams. When you have a proprietary trading account and you have $5,000, they will give you the same $100,000 in buying power so that you can trade basically any stock that we're going to teach you how to trade. The third is your Robinhood, your Wellboo, where you have a cash account. The problem with learning how to day trade, and me and Pete are never going to blow smoke up everybody, okay? If you want to be an active day trader, it's almost impossible to do it with $500 or $1,000 or $2,000. The good thing about that now is that we can trade fractional shares. So it is possible to start yourself off with a very small amount of money and build it up. But you think about in the video, you know, when we bought 100 shares at 272, that's $27,000 worth of stock. If you're trading with a cash account that doesn't have $27,000 in it, you can't buy 100 shares of stock. If you have a cash account with $3,000 in it, you could have bought 10 shares there, and you would have made 40 or 50 bucks when it went up $4 or $5. So it's possible to get there that way. It's just going to take you a lot longer over time. You can also trade options with a small trading account. That is a lesson that I can talk to you guys about for 5 hours on its own. We just don't have time to do that tonight. But you can trade options when you have a small amount of money in your account, and you can even day trade options, which isn't the ideal thing to do. So those are the 3 ways you can get actively involved in day trading. And we're going to keep track of all other questions you guys are asking, guys. Yeah, fractional shares allow for small gains to be made. That is 100% right. Yes. Okay, what else we got, Matt?
Okay, we have a number of questions on this topic. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about risk management. Best ways to manage risk. How can I prevent my account from extreme losses? How can I force myself to sell when my thesis breaks down? So,
All right. So let's talk about money management for a few minutes, okay? Big losses do not come by surprise, guys and girls. None of us have ever been in a bad trade and all of a sudden look up at our P&L and say, oh my God, I'm losing so much money. We know that's happening when it's happening, right? It's not something that comes by surprise. So the first thing that we teach all of our students and anybody out there, okay, have a stop order on every single trade that you do. It's very simple. For those of you who don't know what a stop order is, okay, if I buy, let's go to Apple, and I'm day trading, okay, and I'm day trading, and I have a level in Apple to buy the stock at $173. All right, it sets up for me technically to do. I'm going to buy the stock at $173. The first thing that we do on any trade that we get in is define our risk. So at $173 stock, I'm probably going to have a $1 stop order. And your stop order should depend on the price of the stock that you're trading, okay? I usually don't like any of my traders to get involved in those $300 or $400 stocks because you have to have at least a $3 or $4 or $5 stop in those. If I'm trading Tesla or one of those crazy stocks, I have to risk too much to even get involved in it. If you're going to do it, the way you do it is substantially cut your size, so your risk is the same amount. You know, if I'm going to risk $5 in Tesla, I'll trade 10 or 20 shares, okay? But in Apple, the stock trades 50 million shares a day. I buy it at 173, I'm putting my stop order at 172. If this stop goes against me to 172, I'm out. It's a bad trade. And let me quantify that. There's no such thing as a bad trade, guys and girls, okay? There are some trades that aren't going to work. That's perfectly normal. Not every trade you're going to do is going to work in the best of scenarios. Even when all your technical analysis lines up, sometimes a trade's not going to work. Nobody has 100% success rate, okay? But what anybody in my trading room will tell you is we make money on about 80% of our trades. And as long as I'm making more on my winning trades than I'm losing on my losing trades, you're going to make money. So the first rule of money management, guys, is have a stop order on every single trade that you do. Look, a few people just posted on there, I don't want to take a loss when I'm wrong on a trade. Well, I can tell you then that trading is not for you. It's just not, okay? We're going to have losses. A losing trade doesn't make you a bad trader, okay? It doesn't. As a matter of fact, there's no difference between a losing trade and a winning trade if you execute it the right way. So I'm going to get out of my trade. I'm going to take my dollar loss. I'm going to move on to the next trade. Never, ever, 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 ever average into a trade. That is how you blow up a trading account, guys. I bought it at 173. I bought it at 172. I bought it at 171. I bought it at 170. That's the only way you can ever have a big loss on a trade is by doing that. That's the only way you could ever have a big loss on a trade. There is no such thing as a stock being too high or being too low, guys and girls. I can tell you this right now, okay? A stock can go against you longer than you can stay solvent. And that's one of the first things that we teach everybody. You know, Pete was talking about a few of these crazy stocks, right? Like CAR. Let's go to a weekly chart in CAR, right? If you got an opinion in CAR and you decided that I'm going to short this stock because I think it's too high, this stock in one day, guys, went from $180 to $545. Okay? So imagine thinking that the stock is too high at 200 and then 300. Forget it. By the time it gets to 350, your whole trading account is gone. It's wiped out. Okay? It is wiped out. So there's no such thing as a stock being too high or being too low. The only way you're ever going to lose a lot of money on a trade is by averaging into a trade. Don't do it. That's number one. Number two, have a stop order on every single trade that you do. Okay? Third thing.
Quick second.
Yes, go ahead, Pete.
Okay, guys. So listen, we got to stop here and sort of take heed at what David is saying. Guys, I analyze why people lose money day trading. And we know the number is 80% plus people who don't know what they're doing, have not learned how to really trade. And this market is sort of a new level of volatility that we've never seen before. They do it because they have bad habits. So one of the main things David's going to try and teach you from his experience, he's not sitting up there for any other reason that he's done this before. He's seen this movie before. He's made money and he lost money. One of the parts of his story he didn't tell you was when he retired at 38 and he had been a market maker, which is sort of some story we can tell another time, where it was very simple to make money. Okay. He thought he knew what he was doing. He went home with all the money he made in his buyout and his retirement money and proceeded to lose $300,000 in the first 3 months of trading. Okay, so he's been there. He's experienced it. He knows what people are doing and he knows how painful it is to lose money. He then went on to say to himself, well, my retirement's not going to work too well or be too long or be successful. If I keep losing money, I better go out there and learn the habits that day traders do who are successful. So what we're trying to teach you guys, and it's kind of simple. The simple parts of this are, there's more going on in the course and you can explain a lot of the other story to you, but there are certain habits that unsuccessful traders have, which is trading on FOMO, buying into a bad position, keeping one overnight, not wanting to take a loss when things are going against them. And what happens then? Your loss gets bigger, right? Okay, or buying a stock on the way down and then just dealing with getting emotional about money and emotional about trading. David and I are here to teach you some super simple habits that are used by people who are successful traders. The whole psychology of trading, which people are, look, a lot of new people getting into this market think that markets do nothing but go up. They've got diamond hands. They got into the market in March 2020. They hit a button and it went up. The bottom line is, guys, nobody went broke taking a profit, right? People let winning trades turn into losing trades. People don't have a plan when they get into a stock. They trade on hope as a strategy. David is trying to teach you super simple habits, okay, that are tried and true and he's been using and teaching for decades. Risk management is every time you get into a stock, you put a stop order in down 10% from where you got in. If the trade goes against you for whatever reason, you're out of it and you move on to the next trade. There will always be new opportunities. But if you don't follow that rule, you're in trouble. You're trading on hope as a strategy, and that's not going to work. Okay, using a stop order, having a plan when you get into the stock, having an idea how much money you want to make in a day. You want to make 100 a day, 200 a day. When you're done trading, and he'll explain this to you more, you turn your machine off and go home. Okay, you have 3 bad trades, you turn your machine off and go home. These are habits that are used by successful traders. We understand the psychology of losing because we've both done that before. Right? We've lost money. We've lost large sums of money, not listening sometimes to our own advice or doing things before we learned what we've learned lately. And that's why we're doing this for you now. We are so happy that you've all been invited to this party now. All the barriers to entry in the market are down. Anybody with an iPhone and $100 or $5,000 or $25,000 can be a successful trader if they know what they're doing. But every day, David and I are being called by people who got into stocks months ago on FOMO and hype, and they've spent 6-7 months of really good trading time trying to get back to even. Okay. And we hate that. We want you, all that you've been invited here, to be successful at this. I have no axe to freaking grind. I don't want you to come here and lose money and get sick and drink too much and puke on the corner and then blame the suits for the problem that the man is out to get you. The market is open to everyone to trade now, as long as you have good trading habits, and we're going to try and share those with you. You got to listen to Dave's good habits. You can't use some of Dave's habits and some of yours because you will blow up. There are a few rules and criteria for trades and criteria for trading and habits that are good ones that successful traders use. David's got them. He's going to share them with you.
Yeah, okay, let's, a couple more things I want to talk about money management, guys, and we're going to get to all the other questions, and I definitely want to get to some technical analysis tonight, guys, okay? 2 more things about money management, and Peter mentioned them briefly, okay? Number 1, there's going to be some days where things just don't work. If I have 3 maximum loss losing trades in one day, and let's say I'm a 100-share trader, okay? And the stocks I'm going to get in, I have 50-cent stops in. Well, if I lose 50 cents on a trade and 50 cents on a trade and 50 cents on a trade 3 times in a row, I'm done. That's it. There are going to be some days where we have bad days. I can tell you that's happened to us less than 5 times in 2 years. Doesn't happen very often, but it can happen, okay? It can happen. What you cannot do is sit there, and because this is what we're all going to do, guys. Once we have a couple of losing trades, we're going to start inventing things. We're going to start inventing things and patterns that line up because we want to get that money back, right? Just let me get that money back and then I'll stop trading. No, fine. We're going to have a bad day every once in a while. The thing is, if we're trading properly and using our money management, a bad day is not going to wipe out our trading account or even take a chink out of it. It's just a bad day. And more importantly than that, how many of us have been up a good amount of money at 10:30 or 11 o'clock and given it all back at some point during the day and ended up losing money? How many people in this room have done that? Yeah, there's 180 people in this room. 100 of them are you going to say that we've done this before, right? That is the worst feeling in the world. At the end of the day, you say to yourself, how could I possibly have done that? What the hell is wrong with me, right? So I always want everybody to have a target goal of, yeah, it makes you want to throw up, Paul. And how do I do that? How did I do that? I want everybody to have a target goal that's realistic based on the amount of shares that you're trading, that if you ever get to, at any point during the day, you are done trading. I have a lot of people. We have over 100 people in the private trading room. There are days we are done trading at 9:45, 10 o'clock, where we've hit our goals. And if you're a 100-share trader, your goal should be to make $100 a day. If you're a 200-share trader, your goal should be to make $200 a day. Nobody's going to make $1 million a year trading 100 shares at a time, okay? I do have people that make 7 figures trading in my room. They're trading multiple thousands of shares every time we make a trade. You can get there. The beautiful thing about day trading is it's very scalable once you learn what you're doing. There's no difference between doing 100 shares and 1,000 shares. It's going to make a big difference on your P&L, but we don't execute anything any differently, okay? But once you hit or come close to your goal, I always tell the people that I'm trading with, leave. The most precious commodity in the world is time. We ain't getting it back. How beautiful is it to be able to sit here for an hour or an hour and a half some days and then get the heck out of here when we hit our goal? The worst thing you can do, and I've seen people do this, be $10 away from their goal and give it all back to try to make another $10. My goal is $500. Dave, I'm up $490. I can't stop now. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because I've seen people give back that whole $490 and end up being down for the day. The 4 things that we just mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, whether you believe this or not, will just have made you a 50% better trader than you were before you start this webinar. Money management and trade management are the most important part of trading. We're going to teach you the technical analysis. That's the easier part of this. It really is. Have a stop order on every single trade that you do. Never average into a stop. If we have 3 maximum losses in one day, I'm done, and never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. That's it. That makes you a 50% better trader right there. Okay. A couple of quick things I want to talk about. We talked about how we're going to get out of our losing trades. It's very, very important to make the most we can on our winning trades. So let me show you a couple of examples, like in NVIDIA. Okay. NVIDIA is a $270 stock. I'm not looking to make 50 cents on a trade in NVIDIA. I'm not looking to make $1 on NVIDIA when I make a trade. If my stop order is going to be $1 in NVIDIA, I want to make a minimum of between $1 and $2 on my trade. So when we do that and we make a lot more on our winning trades, it offsets a lot of the losing trades. So here's how I would have executed the NVIDIA this morning. We bought at 272. Stop order is going down $1. I'm not losing more than $1 of this. I bought 100 shares. Immediately, I'm putting out 100 shares to sell for $1 profit at 273. Immediately. Now that I've locked in my dollar profit on this, and this is very, very important, raise your stop order up to break even. I cannot lose money on this trade. The best feeling in the world is when you're in a trade, you've already locked in a profit, and now you can't lose money on that trade. What a lot of people will do is they'll take the dollar profit, let it go back down to where they got in, and then get stopped out for $1 loss, and you've made nothing on the trade. This way, once we've locked in that first little profit, I can't lose money on a trade. I sell half my trade for $1. I sell the rest of my trade for a $2 profit. I've made $1.50 on that trade. That makes up for 1.5 losing trades now. And a lot of times in this stock, what happened was we couldn't get our orders in fast enough to get out of it. We ended up making 4 points on the trade because it went up so fast. But I'm looking to make more on my winners than I'm willing to risk on my losers. And that is very, very important. When you get into a trade, trade management is extremely important because I gotta make the right amount of money on these trades. I can't get in a trade and make 50 cents in the video. I want to make $2 or $3 on that trade. But very important on your first part of your trade, guys, let's lock in some profit. This way I can't lose money on it. It's a beautiful feeling. I made some money. I can't lose money. And then we try to get the most out of the rest of the trade that we do. And every stock is different. I'm going to show you a trade we did in AMC today. Okay, where my expectations were much, much lower in a stock. I have been watching AMC for months. I have been a short seller and yelling at anybody who would listen to me to short this stock from when it was $65. Technically, okay, I don't care about the company. I don't care what they do. This is the most talked about stock on TikTok. And every day I see people saying it's going to 1,000. And you guys have seen this too, right? Diamond hands. There's going to be the major short squeeze of all time in AMC and GameStop. Everybody sees this all day long on TikTok, right? The bottom line is this stock was going out of business before the pandemic hit, when things were going great, right? Now we have this pandemic and the stock goes to $72 because it was a major short squeeze and a meme stock. And everyone telling me that it's going to 1,000, okay? I was looking for this stock to actually buy today, and I'll tell you why. On my chart, my technical analysis, and this is a daily chart, weekly chart that we're looking at. And you want to talk about FOMO. Some people are still in this stock at $50, hoping and praying that they get this major short squeeze and that the market is against them and that everybody is conspiring to make this stock go down. The stock has $6.5 billion in debt, okay? They don't make enough money to pay the interest payments on their debt.
Or the popcorn. Or the popcorn.
Right, let alone be profitable, okay? But that being said, this stock got way overdone on the downside. I was looking for a spot around $18.35 because that's where my chart told me to buy it. But I want to show you what the stock did today. I call this in a stock a dead cat bounce and just an oversold position where people finally did start to cover a little shorts. But look what it did this morning. Let me show you. I want to show you this because it was pretty wackadoodle. We had a pivot point, and I'm going to talk a little bit about technical analysis in a few minutes, at $20.27. So this green dot, look what happened when it got to this line. It was the absolute low sale for the last 4 days in this stock, and it went up $4 from there. So it gave us a technical stock to buy it. I wanted it to get to my 18 level for a swing trade, but it gave us a technical spot today after being down 4 days in a row. It told us where to buy the stock, and the stock went up $4 from there. So in a stock like AMC, it's not in the video, okay? And I didn't do this trade, guys, because I was looking for my spot at 18 bucks. I missed a beautiful trading opportunity there, but it didn't technically get to the level that I wanted it to. But we shorted the stock when it went up here. So the stock now went from $20 to $24.50, and we had a resistance point, again, a pivot point at $24.50. And I told my group in the stock, a $24 stock, let's be aggressive because it's only a $24 stock, and it had made a giant run up. So there were people in my room that did 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 shares when this traded up here. And my expectation was to make 50 cents on this trade. 50 cents in a $24 stock is a big move. So I had a 50-cent stock from $24.50, and the stock in, I don't know, 3 minutes went from $24.25 to $23.30. It went down 90 cents. There was our trade. And it was a very profitable trade for Trump traders because we could be a little more aggressive at that spot. After that, it went right back up. Went back up and then went all the way back down. But here's the trade. And I just wanted to capture that after getting really stretched out to the upside, capture that little trade, and it worked for 50 cents. So depending on the price of the stock you're in, guys, is how we have to you put our expectations out for our profit targets. So if I get into a $20 or $30 stock, if I make between 50 cents and $1, that's a good trade. If I'm in a $200 stock, I want to make $2 on the trade. Okay. So that's money management as far as getting the most out of the trades we possibly can. Matt,
you know what, Davey? One of the most important things that you're saying is that, guys, David only gets into a trade. Sometimes he doesn't know what the stock is or what they do or he does not get into it because he has an opinion about the company. That's different. That's investing, and that's a stuff which we're not talking about tonight. David will say it and say it over and over and over again. He will only get into a trade when it sets up technically. That means that it's one of the 5 different trades that David will talk about. It's in our course. It's available. There's a trend trade, moving average trade, far from moving average trade, base trade. There are trades that set up technically, and that's the only reason David will get into a trade, not because he thinks AMC is good or it's bad or any of these. Having an opinion about the market and about a stock for a day trader is a recipe for disaster, guys. So that's what we're teaching you, right? Investing and having an opinion about the fundamental analysis about a stock is a different story. That's not why we're here. We're here to tell you that you cannot be a day trader and have an opinion about a stock for any other reason than when it sets up technically.
Okay, guys, a couple of things. I want to mention meme stocks briefly. And Roman, if you can post my email here at this point, okay? Post my email for everybody, all right? So hard to do for us long-term investors. Juan, this is a completely different ballgame. We all have long-term investments, right? Day trading is a way to add some supplemental income to what you're doing. Or some people do this and end up doing it for a living. I would say about 50% of the people in my private trading room are doing this for a living and making a living at doing it, okay? About 50%. Then I have a bunch of people who are retired that just love the game and they're hanging out. If they make 50 or 100 bucks a day, they're thrilled. And then I have about 25% of people who are just starting out and are learning how to do it and are transitioning from that doing it part-time to becoming a full-time trader. So for meme stocks and stuff, guys, Roman just posted my email. Anybody in this room, 2 things. Number 1, take my email down. If you have any questions about any of these meme stocks and are thinking about jumping into them, I want you to send me an email before you do it and say, Dave, I'm looking at this stock. My finger's on the trigger. I'm itching. What should I do? And let me talk you off the ledge, okay? Because 99% of those trades are not going to work. All right? They're not. Yeah, Jose just posted, I got so much money stuck at 52.10 in AMC. 52.10, guys. You're not alone, Jose. You are not alone, okay? There are a lot of people out there that are still suffering from getting caught in all these stocks, all right? A lot of people. Send me an email. Also, okay, what I'm going to do for everybody in this room, you have your email? Anybody in this room, send me an email and I will give you 5 free days in my trading room. You can come, hang out with me for 5 free days. Doesn't cost anything. That goes for everybody in the room, all right? So don't jump into these meme stocks and just stay away from them, guys. You know, long-term investing is a completely different ballgame, okay? I want to give you guys some technical analysis tonight because I know that's what a lot of people in this room are waiting for, right? A lot. So let's talk about some technical analysis, all right? I'm going to give you guys all of the technical analysis that we use, everything that I use to trade. And then I will show you how some of that technical analysis worked today and an instance where it didn't work, okay? Yes, email David for 5 free days in the trade. That's fine. All right. We use 4 moving averages. Let me get to a spot where I can show you guys that they're all clearly shown. Let's see if I can get to a good chart. Okay, this is good. All right. We use a 9 exponential moving average. We use a 15 exponential moving average. We use a 65 exponential moving average. And we use a 200 exponential moving averages. So write it down, guys. Our 4 moving averages are 9, 15, 65, and 200. Okay. Anyone who purchases a course, it walks you through exactly how to set up all your moving averages. Yes, it's the number of days. So 9, 15, 65, and 200, those are the moving averages that we use. In addition, we use what we call pivot points. Those are all the dotted lines that you see on your chart. Pivot points, okay? Pivot points. In addition to that, we have a relative strength index. Relative strength, I'll explain what that is in a minute. I just want to give you everything first. And then we have VWAP, which is volume weighted average price. So we have 4 moving averages, pivot points, and relative strength. That is it. I do not have a million different things in my charts. 4 moving averages, pivot points, and relative strength, okay? A lot of people ask me why we use 9, 15, 65, and 200. There's a very simple answer to that. It works for what we do. And through a lot of trial and error, I found, like Peter said, I started out trading and I wasn't even using technical analysis. And it took me about a year to figure out, yes, pivot points is something that you can put into your charts and it automatically goes in, Zachary. I use Thinkorswim for my charts, guys and girls. You can get a Thinkorswim account for $0. It does not cost anything. And everybody who's in my trading room uses Thinkorswim just for charts. I don't care what you use for trading. 9, 15, 65, and 200. Let me post it in here for everybody so you have it. 9, 15, 65, 200, exponential, moving average, relative strength index, pivot points. God bless you. And VWAP. There it is. Everybody can copy and paste. Okay. That's it. Everybody can copy and paste. Okay. Let's talk about when we use them and why we use them. Let's go back to the video this morning. All right. When a stock is going down, guys, and look, we spend 5 hours talking about technical analysis in the course. I'm going to talk a little bit about it now. When a stock is going down, we are looking for a level of support, one of our moving averages or a pivot point that tells us to buy a stock. A lot of criteria have to be met. It's not this simple, but I'm going to keep it simple for this lesson. So when a stock is going down, I'm looking for a technical analysis point to tell me to buy the stock. That simply. When it hits that point, I'm going to buy the stock, put my stop order in. Hopefully it works and I'll take profits. So when a stock is going down, we look for what we call support. Support equals buy. Very simple. When the stock's going down, I look for a place to buy it. That is support. When a stock hits support, I want to buy. When a stock is going up and hits one of our technical analysis levels, that is resistance. When a stock hits resistance, I want to short. So when a stock is going down, we look for spots to buy. When a stock is going up, we look for spots to short. We never make a trade in between any lines, okay? If we were waiting in this ESS, let's go back to this. All right. If I was watching this ESSE this morning and I picked a spot, and the first time, and I'll show you guys because this was good. The first time it hit our pivot point right here was $21.72. It hit resistance. Look what happened after that. It went down $1.50. So it hit our resistance, gave us a little short, went down $1.50. The next time it went to that resistance, it blasted right through it. So very, very important. Another rule I will give you, only do the trade the first time it hits one of our technical levels. So here it was a short. We made our trade. It got back up there. Do not do the trade the second time. Anytime a stock hits a level for the second time, it's not going to be as effective as the first time. You know, it's like banging against a screen door. You loosen a little bolts the first time. Second time, chances are you're knocking the gate down and you're going to go right through it. The next spot we looked for technically was $26.26. Look how spectacularly that hit that dot to the penny, guys. I'm not going in and putting this stuff in after the market closed so I could show you guys that there's a spot there. This happened during the day. It exactly hit $26. Now, when a stock goes up $6, even in a $26 stock, I want to make a little more than 50 cents on it because it got so stretched out. And in 10 minutes, the stock went from 26 to 23. Boom, it went down $3. So in this, when we got into this trade, I said, guys, again, let's cover some of it for 50 cents. I want to put some profits in the bank, 100%. Bring our stop to break even, but let's give this a little more room. And I think it ended up taking $1.50 or $2 out of the balance of the trade. But get that first 50-cent profit. Then see what happens. You can always do a trailing stop and try to get more out of the trade, okay? Yes, that was a pivot point that I hit. And again, guys and girls, when a stock is going up and it hits resistance, okay, we want to short it. This is also, we do a lot of swing trading in the room too. And swing trading we do based on daily and weekly levels when stock hits levels. And anybody who's in the room or purchases the course will become part of our Twitter sphere. And whenever we do a swing trade or an options trade, you will get an alert that we're doing a swing trade or an options trade. This is UPST, guys. And this is a company that has gone from $401 to $144, all right? $144. And I always tell people in stocks like this, oh my God, how could this stock be down so much? Last year, the stock was $22. I mean, it was $22 last year, right? But the first time this stock went down and hit our 65 EMA on a weekly chart, it was $161. And we looked at this and I said, guys, we're doing a swing trade. Our swing trades for the year, guys, we have not had a losing swing trade yet this year. It don't happen very often, probably, 2 or 3 times a month, but we are so patient and disciplined on these things. We usually do very well. We got into a swing trade the first time down here at $161. In 2 days, the stock went up 30 points from there.
And why'd you get into that trade, Dave? Because of that line right there.
Correct. This was our 65 EMA, which is a big support level on a weekly chart. So when we find support and resistance levels on a weekly chart, they're much more important than on a 5-minute chart, okay? And when we see a stock go from 401 to 160, we're going to take a shot with a stop order. We would have had a stop order if it went below it, but I don't think this went below our level by 50 cents. It gave us 25 points in the next 2 days after that. Look what happened the second time down, guys. Second time, it went to $161. It busted through, and we're trading at 144 now. A beautiful example of only do something the first time it hits a level. Now, and I'm hoping that this happens, okay? I want to be involved in this stock if we can get to 95 bucks. You guys want to write this down, everybody out there? Again, we don't give financial advice. I'm not telling anybody where to buy and sell stocks, but I will be an investor in UPST if it gets to $95. That is my 200 EMA on a weekly chart. So to explain the moving averages a little better for you guys, the 9 is the weakest, 15 is a little stronger, 65 is stronger still, and we call the 200 EMA the Great Wall of China. When something on a daily or weekly chart hits our 200 EMA, 99% of the time, I am going to start a swing trade at that level. And again, I'll have stop orders if it goes below, and we have different rules for swing trades than we do for day trading. Again, we cover all this in the course. It's all there for you. So that's a little bit about our technical analysis, guys and girls. Obviously, it's much more complicated than that. But I would say if you start using the technical analysis we put in, the most important thing is wait until it hits one of our lines before you get involved in the trade. Never in between any of the lines. Be patient, be disciplined. John, usually for a swing trade, not usually, I'm only looking at daily and weekly charts for a swing trade. Daily and weekly charts for a swing trade. Jose says I'm signing up. I love this.
Davey, let me interrupt for a minute. Hey,
Go ahead.
guys, so we've been on for an hour and you've gotten a lot of information so far. And look, the bottom line is for some people who have been trading, this may make more sense to those who have not started yet and are just really, this is your first class. But the bottom line is the course that we've done, David and I took the opportunity when COVID came around and we knew there were about 40 million plus new retail traders in the market and that the market was doing this wild moves that it was, that it would really behoove us of people who have been around for a while, long timers, people with experience, to try and curate a course to try and teach you guys who have not had a chance to do it, but have found the most excitement and the passion that we all have to trade this market something to do. So our course is Wall Street Global Trading Academy. We spent 4 months putting this thing together. It is 8 hours of videos, 21 videos, 7 sections. You don't need to know a stock from a sock and you can learn how to trade. You could be a trader who's been doing this for a while and struggling, and we will teach you the rules and habits, how to become successful. You could be doing this for a long time and you just haven't melded into the new wild, not your grandfather's stock market mode and get something out of this course. It's on sale tonight for 20% off, $399. There will be an opportunity if you want. We'll have a payment schedule. Reach out to Roman, who's on the call. He'll give you a 3-part payment system if you don't have the money to do it. Everybody who buys our course will get lifetime coaching mentorship every Thursday night. What do I mean by that? That we have this community. We have a family. Everybody who buys our course can always reach me or David on any given day with a problem. Every Thursday night, you get a Zoom invite to a live free Q&A with everyone who's in the class. There's a wonderful Discord between the students and with us. You get to ask questions because everybody learns differently. Everybody can watch the videos. Some people will watch the videos, they get it, they go on, they trade. It's a beautiful thing. Some people get to a point where they just get stuck. They get to a mountain that they can't climb and they have a question. There's no one there to ask them. We are there for you to ask your questions too. That's what we do. That's who we are. We are around, we are transparent, we are accessible, and we have a course that's $3.99. You can get it today. And as David said, everyone who's here who buys the course can get a free week in David's chat room. You get to see David trading the markets live. Okay, that is a absolute added value that people pay for. A lot of money who are in the room. There are probably about 120 people there. So before we go on, we've got a little more time to have some fun with you guys. The course is available. It's on sale tonight. It's really fun. It's engaging. It's not a bunch of slides that are boring with some white sheet in the back that you can't really see what's going on or get anything fun and interesting. It's me and David doing strict sections about everything from the language of the stock market, how to set up your charts, how to set up those pivot points and moving averages. We'd set all that up for you. All the things we've talked about tonight, we go into in detail. Each part of the course is very specific. We teach you the 5 different technical analysis trades. We give you the criteria and everything you need to set up those trades and get into them and out of them successfully. We teach you risk management about stop orders, trailing stop orders. We teach you everything we've talked about tonight in good detail. There are courses out there for $10,000 that don't do mentorship. Everyone who buys the course tonight gets a week with Dave free, and they get to see us every Thursday night. We will hold your hand. We will coach you. We will mentor you. We have a family. There's a lot of fun stuff. We're going to have David trading the markets live on Zoom Trades. That's going to be kind of fun. So we want to embrace you, curate you, bring you into the family. We're going to keep talking for a while more, but I thought between this is also being recorded. If you got to hop off, you'll be able to come back to it. And also every Q&A we do with our students every week is also recorded in the archives of the course. So if you're in our family, you'll be able to get those. If you're sitting at home with a question, there are no dumb questions. The only question that's stupid is the one you don't ask. That's why we're here. We're here to help and teach you. So we hope you join the family. We're going to keep going on for a little bit longer, but I just wanted to get that in there in case you guys want to hop on board and be friends. Money back guarantee. You love us, you hate us. It's all good. Gesund to hate. Have a wonderful life and happy trading.
Yeah, so a couple of things, guys, okay? A couple of things, all right? Number one, this is recorded for anybody. It will be recorded. We'll be able to send it out and everybody will be able to watch this again. That's number one, okay? Number two, my private trading group is completely separate, guys. And when I say private, I only have 100 and some odd people in there. It is not open to the general public. Anyone who purchases the course will be able to come in there and hang out for 5 days with me. And then if you want to stay in the room, we can talk about that, okay? So it's a completely separate issue. I just wanted to show you guys the course for a couple of minutes. And Roman, can you post a link where people can buy the course where it has the payment plan also? So guys and girls, you can break this up into 3 payments, okay? I think it's 133 bucks over 3 months. We start with the absolute basics of the stock market. Everything that we talk about here is me and Peter. So nothing's intimidated here except you get to look at our ugly pussies and every single thing that we're going to do. We go to language of the stock market. We talk about the trading accounts, money management, which we just talked about. Each one is a separate video that you're going to go and you're going to watch. We help you set up your charts, which we talked about. We talk about our 5 different trading techniques, 10 trade, regular moving average trade. We talk about swing trading, which might work for some of you guys. We talk about options. We talk a little bit about Bitcoin. Every Thursday night, guys, anyone who purchases the course, you're going to hit this link, okay? And you're going to be with us on Thursday nights forever. You have this course forever. It doesn't go away. You have it forever. $400 is cheap to learn. I lost 10K. Look, I can tell you this right now, guys and girls, okay? Neither me nor Peter are getting rich selling anybody this course for $400. I can tell you that right now, all right? By the time we pay everybody and the course for doing everything, I think me and Pete make about $8 every time we sell a course, okay? We are doing this to help people try and figure this out. Think about it, guys. 400 bucks for the rest of your life, you're going to have us, all right? Nobody's getting rich selling a $400 course. I can tell you that right now. We are truly trying to help people. I know how hard this is to do, okay? Thursday nights is Q&A, Elijah. Yes, we answer any questions that we have that anybody has. And the good thing, even if you can't make Thursday nights, guys, everything is archived. Okay, if you miss a week, it's here. This is last week's, is already up there. An hour and 28 minutes. We talked last Thursday night. It's already there. If you missed the week before that, it's here. There you go. Question and answer. Spies, scanners, they're all archived. So if you miss a Thursday night, you get that forever. I know we have. Let's go back here. Let's see what we did tonight. The promo will be running for the next 20, we'll say 48 hours. Okay. The promo will be running for the next 48 hours.
Reach out to us. We can maybe extend it if you have an unusual circumstances. But we'd love you all to join up. We're not going to pound you on this stuff. It's going to be fun.
Exactly.
We love what we do, guys. You've seen me. If any of you seen me on social media, you know that I love to bring this community together. One of the reasons we're doing the webinar is because we know that this market is really ruthless. We've seen the last 8 days have been one of the most volatile 8 days I have ever seen. The last 2 years have been some of the wildest times trading this market. And I get reached out to by thousands of people a week who say, Pete, I'm getting torched. I'm getting tossed around here like crazy. I got into stocks. I've been spending 8 months trying to get back to even. David knows that. He's got people in his room who come and beg him to try and get them out of deep, murky, dark waters. That's why we're doing this now. The next week, we have a Federal Reserve meeting on Wednesday. We have an S&P rebalance on Friday and a quad witch coming into the end of December. We want you guys to have a successful and a profitable last end of December and the next year and whatnot. If you guys are young and you're just starting to get out on this wonderful journey together, you can use the information in our course at your next interview to get a job. People will know that you know what you're talking about when you talk about the markets, the language of the market, and stuff like that. If you want to day trade and have a little disposable income, this course will help you with that. If you just want to connect with us and have some fun and learn how to trade and make some money, and we can do that. Or if you're somebody who's been in the market over the last 2 years, you had a couple of good months in the beginning, and then the market started doing the topsy-turvy thing. And it started being a kangaroo market, not a bull or a bear market. The bottom line is the stuff that we're teaching, that David teaches. Trust me, I've known a lot of people who've taught technical analysis in my career of 35 years on Wall Street. Guys, it's not easy to teach well. It's not easy to really understand, and David is the best at this. That's why we've gotten together to do that. I'm here to motivate you, inspire me. You know me. I am easily accessible. You need to reach out to me or David. We can do that. The course is fun. And guys, we are about to enter one of the wildest couple of weeks of a wild and couple of years. And we want you guys to do this successfully. You've been invited to this party. Come on, let's have some fun and make some money. Because I tell you, it's not, look, the course is simple. Day trading is simple. But if you're not listening to the right people, I promise you people are getting tossed around really badly and losing money. We're going to try and help you stop losing.
Yeah, just a couple of things real quick. Roman, please do me a favor and post the website where people should be going to purchase the course, because there's a little confusion going on. Okay, post the right place that people should be going to purchase the course, please. Cole, I want to talk about Cole for a minute, guys and girls, because Cole is a member of my private trading room, right? And Cole said, I have the course. I'm in David's trading room. Highly recommend. Was new to trade trading before finding him. Cole, all right, WSGTA.com. That's where you can do the payment plan, and that's where you can sign up for the course. Cole, just type in real quick how long ago you started with us, how you started trading, and where you're at right now. Give everybody a quick synopsis. And then we're going to take a couple more questions, guys, from everybody. But Cole has been in my room, I think, for a couple months. I don't think he ever traded before he came to us. I think he was like a lot of people out there, and he'd never traded before. And Cole's story is, it's pretty common to what happens to people who come in our room. I'll tell you what the best thing is, guys and girls, about everything that we're doing, whether you come into the private. 2 months, and I'm small growing. All right, this is great. So he's been trading for 2 months. He's small in the profit. Would be doing better if I hadn't strayed off the path. Okay, so let me emphasize what Cole just said. You have to follow the rules all the time when you're trading. And I know that's the hardest effing thing to do when we're as traders. It just is, man. The hardest thing is what's up here. It is so hard to be patient and to be disciplined and to follow all the rules all the time. That's why That's why most people fail at doing this, but we're giving you a plan to get over that. The only time I screwed myself was doing other trades that weren't setting up for trades. Yeah, I can tell you this right now, guys. The people who follow what we do, 80% of them are making money, not 90% losing money. 80% are making money. And if you're not making money following all our techniques, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. But if you follow everything that we're talking about, especially the money management rules, okay? We have a proven system that works. Patrice has been with us for a long time too, right? Carl, you've been with us for a long time. Are you guys making money net if you're following the rules? I know you are. I don't even have to ask. I know you are. The only time people get in trouble that are with me is when they stray off the path. That's it. And this course is going to teach you the proper way to do everything, okay? Look, there's no guarantees in life. You know that, but we have a proven system that works. We're going to be here and walk you through it once you start getting on the system. And everybody, look, that week in my trading room, guys, will be a revelation. Trust me. That'll be a huge eye opener for everybody. Because I post in my live trading account, guys. Not a lot of people are doing this out there. I have a live, real trading account. I post every single trade that we do. I'm not telling anyone to do any trades that I'm not doing. I post every single trade that we do. I tell you why we're getting into the trade, what our stop order is, what our profit target is on every single trade that we do live in real time. Okay? There are 100 and some odd people in my trading room who are also posting shit all day long. And we all trade together. And I have some of the best traders I've ever seen in my life in my room who are posting trades to do during the day, only based on our technical analysis, but are posting trades that are lining up and work in our room all day. Dave D is a real deal. Your success is on you. We scout. Thank you, Kenny. Kenny, what's up? You all right? You okay, Ken?
Let's pick up a couple of, let's pull out some of the crazy volatile stocks for the last couple of weeks and just show them.
Well, let's get to, I think Matt said we have a few more questions. So I'd rather get to the questions that people are asking, right? Yeah, we missed you today, Ken. Go ahead, Matt. Let's go for a few more questions from everybody.
Okay, we had a couple of questions about tickers, scanners, pre-market. How do you find the stocks that you're looking for on a daily basis?
Okay, that's a good question. Yeah, morning prep. Let me get up my, open up my trading account. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, so on any trading platform that you have, you should have the ability to set up a scanner. And your scanner should show, and I like to put up the stocks that move the most by dollar amount. I'll have this up in a minute.
Rather than percentage.
Yeah, well, if you put percentage up, you can have some like $1 stocks that are up 10 cents or 20 cents, and it'll show the stock is up $20, and it's a waste of time, right?
Got it. Yep.
So I want stocks that are moving the most by dollar amount. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me get this up so I can show you. Bear with me for 1 second.
So guys, what
Yeah.
David is doing, he's going to do what he does when he wakes up in the morning. He goes to his chat room. He has a scanner that's going to pull up big percentage movers. And then once you guys have your charts set up, what you do is, and it's kind of a muscle memory, you start learning how to plug in the symbols, 3 symbols, 4 symbols, or 1 symbol into the charts. And you're going to finally, at some point, it may look a little bit crazy in the beginning, but eventually you're going to be able to do it. It's going to be fun. You're going to have an aha moment. You're going to be able to see where these trades set up. You're going to get into them, have some fun, make some money, and you may lose some money sometimes, but you're never going to blow up your account using David's system. Just the bottom line.
Yeah, I can tell you this, nobody that has followed my rules has ever blown up a trading account with us, because we take our losses very quickly and we move on, right? We also have just put into our room, and we have some guys who are really freaking experts on this. We use Fibonacci's now, and we're going to be adding that to the course at some point, which has been really, really good for us. The Fibonacci's measure retracement in stocks. All right, give me 1 sec. This is all coming up now. All right, here we go. Perfect.
So Stephen just asked you about exits. Let him go into it, Stephen. We'll answer that question.
Our exits are simply based on the price of the stock on the trade that we get in. So if I'm getting in a $200 or $300 stock and I buy that stock, I am going to be looking to make between $1 and $2 on that trade. All right, here we go. So let me show you this, guys. Let me share. Am I sharing my screen, guys? Can you see my
Yes,
US
yes.
movers?
Yes.
All right, so this is the first thing that I look at in the morning. And when I see stocks on here that are moving a lot by dollar amount, and again, this is what, 8 o'clock at night now, so it's not even updating anymore. But this is the first thing that I look at in the morning. You can set up a scanner to show anything on any of the trades, on any of the stocks that you're looking at. But I want to go here first thing in the morning, and I want to see what stocks are moving most by dollar amount. So if there's stocks on there, okay, that is US movers, Elijah. So on my Think or Swim, I put up US movers. And again, you can put up, you know, there's a million different things you do on scanners. And in our room, we have a guy, I won't mention his name. Yes, that's Interactive Brokers. I'm sorry. This is IB. This is IB. I'm not going to mention any names, but we have a person in our room that teaches you how to do scanners and stuff like that also. So we can get into that. So I want to look at the stocks that are moving the most amount by dollar amount. Okay, if there's something on that, we're going to go look. We might start trading it. You know, we will trade pre-market, guys. My room is open at 7:30, and we teach you how to do this in the course also. We have our morning meeting at 8:30. If there's stocks moving at 8:30, we might start slapping orders in pre-market. When there's nothing on that list, we have a go-to list of 50, 60 stocks that we watch every day. That's our Apples, that's our Babas, that's our Nvidias, that's our GameStop, that's our, you know, it's all the big names of stock that trade, that have big volume and that have big ranges in it. You know,
Tell
we
them
want
about
volatility, guys.
You only get into stocks that have at least 1 million shares a day trading.
Correct. We will not trade some of these low float stocks that don't trade at least 1 million shares, because sometimes the spreads, the difference between the bid and the offer, are really wide, and we don't want to get involved in that. So then we just have our regular stocks that we watch every single day, and there's probably 50 of them: Apple, Baba, Nvidia, Netflix, UPST, Myrna, all the stocks that, you know, have been in play for months and will continue to be in play. But 99% of the time, we're going to walk in, there's going to be some crazy, stupid stock that's happening. It happens every single day. You know, today the stupid stock of the day for us was ESCC. That's it. And you'll see that you'll have 5 or 6 of these every day. And if you know and you use your technical analysis to trade these stocks and don't run into the FOMO, you're going to make money trading these stocks. So yeah, we want at least 1 million shares a day, and we don't want we want volatility. Nvidia is a tremendous trading stock if you do it the right way. Apple, you know, I've owned Apple for many, many years, as everybody, you know, in my room knows, but I sold it recently. Well, I didn't sell it. I sold some of it recently, and I'll explain to you why. Okay. Apple, this is a daily chart of Apple, right? And Apple, even for Apple, just got too stretched out. We almost had an 80 RSI on the daily chart in Apple. When I have an 80 RSI on a daily chart, sometimes I look for a swing trade. And in this case, if it's going up, I was looking to short Apple. Now, I would never short it because I own it for 30 years, but I sold stock, because even in your long-term positions, guys, when stocks get really, really, and this is a good little lesson, even in your long-term positions, when stocks get really, really stretched out, it's okay to take profits every once in a while. It's fine. As a matter of fact, it's prudent and it's smart. And what I'll look to do now is hope that I get a nice pullback in Apple where I can buy some stock back. But the stock got way overextended at 182, and in the last 2 days, it's gone down 10 points. 10 points. So even the greatest stocks in the world, you can take profits in them sometime in your long-term trading accounts. And I'll start buying Apple back again, you know, if I can get to 168, 155, 142. Those are levels that I'd look to start buying back into Apple for long-term again. You know, if I'm a first-time young investor, let's talk about this for a couple of minutes. All right, you guys, how many people want to talk about long-term investing? I'll talk about it for 5 minutes. And it's very, very important, except give me some ones if you want to talk about this for a couple of minutes. Very, very important for you younger people out there. Okay? Extremely, extremely important. When you're looking to get into a long-term investment, for those of you who are not in them yet, when you find a spot technically that you want to start getting into one of these trades. We want to start with our smallest amount. That, yes, I do that all the time too, Arthur. Okay. Yeah, Troy, we all have made our most money in long-term investments. That's not what, we're not here for that tonight, but I want to talk about it for a couple minutes. The market goes up over time. It has for 150 years. I remember me and Peter talking when the pandemic hit last February, or 2 years ago in February now. And I was telling everybody who would listen to me, this is a generational buying opportunity. Do not be selling any of your positions here. Be buying more if you're in the market for the long term. I had that exact conversation with Peter and everybody in my room who would listen to me. Some people were panicking. I got to get out. I just lost 15% in my 401k. I don't know what to do. This is my retirement money. And stay calm if that ever happens and just buy more. There's no such thing as a crash. There's just another market opportunity. And that's worked for 150 years, and it's going to continue to work. Yeah, Paul, that's when you want to be buying, okay? Is when you're afraid you're going to be standing in a bread line, especially when you're in for long term. But anyway, any long-term position that you're looking to get in, start with your smallest amount. I want you to buy 25% of what you're willing to buy for a long-term investment with your first entry. And then if it goes down from there, I want you to add another 25%. And then your last entry for a long-term investment should be 50%. And then you just hang out. If you believe in a company and you believe that it's good for the long term, but you never shoot all your bullets on the first shot. The worst thing that can happen is I start a swing trade, a investment in Apple at 142, and it goes straight up from there. I got some, I'm okay. But what if catastrophe hits and we go to $95 in Apple? You don't put it all in one fell swoop in any investment that you did. And if you look at this, guys, right, this is a weekly chart of Apple. Look how stretched it got up on a weekly level. Anytime in the past, if we look at Apple, and look, charts show history, right? Charts don't lie. They show us what happens when certain things happen. Look what happened when Apple got stretched out here on a weekly chart. We went from 138 to 105. It got a little stretched out here on a weekly chart. We went from 145 to 117. It's down 27 points. And here we are again. It definitely got stretched out on a weekly chart. And we've gone from 185. We're already down 10 points. A normal pullback in Apple brings us to 162 bucks. A normal pullback. So again, I don't want you guys, when you're doing a long-term investment, do that the right way also, and don't jump in with all your stock at one price. All right, a couple more questions, Matt. Are there months in the year where you would not trade? No, absolutely not, Garrett. And I'll tell you why. Remember, guys, we can be short stocks. Garrett, we're going to take advantage when stocks go down. We're going to be short them. And we're going to make money as the market goes down as a trader, okay? So the best part of what we do is I don't care if the market's going up or down. I love when stocks go down. I love shorting stocks because a lot of the time, guys, it's the escalator up and the elevator down, right? What takes 6 months to go up, sometimes we can give back in 3 days. It happens.
Let's look at DocuSign, guys. Pull that chart up, David. DOCU, Doku.
Let's go to the weekly, and we'll show
Look
you
at the
what Pete's
last.
talking about. Look at this. Yeah,
Guys,
this is insane.
Everybody's favorite stock during the pandemic. Everybody who had to sign a contract from March 23rd, 2020 until a week ago got into use DocuSign to sign contracts. Stock went from 20 to 270, and look what happened to it in 1 day. Look what happened.
Yeah, this stock and now has gone from it went down 100 points in the last week.
Correct.
In the last week, the stock
It
went down 100 points.
In 1 day, David.
Yeah, and I'll harken back to this, right? A year ago, the stock was trading at 77, and 2 years ago, it was trading at 30.
Correct.
Right? So where is the spot to buy this stock? Well, I can't touch this stock now. It just broke our weekly level, which was 160 bucks. It broke that level. If you bought it there, thank God, it got you out at break even, went back to 163. But this stock is in nowhere's land now. So the way I would look to buy Doku now is by my swing trade rules. And I would need 3 big down days in a row before I started getting involved in that again. And look, their earnings, here's the thing, right? Myrna did this, PNTX did this, UPST did this, Doku did this. None of these stocks earning were going to justify the prices they were trading at.
None,
Okay?
none.
If you had an
No.
opinion, you got hurt.
Right. I mean, look at Myrna on a weekly chart. They were never making enough money for this stock to be $500 a share. Never. They're never going to. I won't say never. But look at Myrna did. We got to trade up Myrna off the weekly level. Look at this, guys. But it's technical analysis. The stock went from 500, guys, to 218 bucks. And look what happened when it hit our 65 EMA. Look what happened. It was 218, and 2 weeks later, the stock went up 100 points. But here's the spot to buy it. Not at 500, 400, 300, 250. Here's the spot to buy it at 220 bucks. There it is. Technically, it told us to buy the stock there. Isn't that incredible? That's incredible. So again, technical analysis. How do I use VIX to determine the direction of the market? VIX does not determine the direction of the market. The market determines the direction of VIX. Okay, Steve? So when we see the spiders go up and down greatly, that's going to move the VXX. Again, quick explanation, guys and girls. The VXX is the fear index. It moves in the opposite direction of the market. So I'll show you. We trade VXX, not VIX.
We don't use it as a predict, guys. Whoever asked that question, we don't use it as a predictor of market movement. We use it technically, and
Correct.
we can out an opinion. Good.
Correct. And you'll see when we had the big dipsy doodle in the market, right? We had this big spike up to $30 in the VIX when the market spiked all the way down. So the market leads the VIX. It's not the other way around. I did some short-term options in this for the rest of this week, just some lottery tickets, what we call them. And I bought a 20 put and I bought a 30 call, expecting maybe a big reaction off the Fed meeting tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, we got the Fed meeting at 2 o'clock. So I played both sides of the coin. I think we invested 50 bucks on a lottery. And if we move big in one direction or another, we can make a bunch of money. All right, guys, let's take one or two more questions. We've been here for an hour and a half. I could stay here, guys, with you guys till tomorrow morning. But then we'd be teaching you our entire course, and there'd be no reason for you to ever buy it. Let's do one or two more, Matt, and then we'll get ourselves out of here.
Okay, I think I've got a good one here. So you mentioned that you retired from the floor 30 years ago. You're selling this course for $400. You're not doing this to get rich. A bunch of people are asking, is day trading worth it? What makes you want to do this? Why would you recommend this for somebody?
Great question. That is a great question. If this is something that you want to pursue, it is, in my opinion, 1,000% worth it, because it can be done. It can be done profitably. We prove it every day. We've proven it over a long period of time. And it is another way to either supplement your income or eventually turn it into something that you can do full time to pay your bills. 100%. I believe that 1,000,000,000%. But I'll tell everybody out there, okay, and I'm honest with everybody, do not quit your day job that is paying your family's bills and taking care of your family to try to become a day trader. Don't do it, okay? Don't. This has to be done if you're going to try to do it with discretionary funds that are not going to make a difference in your life if you lose them. Everybody understand that, okay? This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You got to crawl before you can walk. So you have to start slowly. All right. I have people who come to me that have millions of dollars and they want to start to learn how to day trade. And they tell me, Dave, I'm putting $1 million in an account. And I say, are you out of your mind? That's just a recipe to lose $1 million when you have no idea what you're doing. Right? No, you start out, you learn how to do it. If I didn't believe that there was 100% chance that you could do this successfully, I would not be doing this, guys and girls. So is it worth it? 100%. I'll tell you a couple of reasons why it's worth it. All right. Our time is our own. There is nothing more precious than time. There is nothing better than being here for an hour and a half in the morning, catching a couple of good trades, and then going and hanging out with your family, your wife, your kids, playing golf, or whatever it is that you want to do for the rest of the day. It is incredibly exciting to be doing this, okay? And I don't gamble, guys. So let's not, anyone who calls this gambling, I can refute that in 1,000 different ways, all right? Gamblers don't wait till the odds are in their favor. And when you gamble at a casino or any other place, you're going to lose because the odds are against you, okay? We have a system that puts the odds in our favor of our trades lining up. It's about being very, very patient and being very, very disciplined. That's why so many people have a problem doing it, guys and girls. If you have a tendency to gamble, this is not for you, okay? It is not. And again, do not quit your day job where you're taking care of your family to try to become a trader. I'm being honest with everybody. I tell everybody there's a 3 to 6 month learning curve, okay? 3 to 6 month learning curve. That's how long it takes to really get a good sense as to what's going on. Really. With our mentorship on Thursday nights, and if you ever end up going into the trading room, we can speed that up a little bit. But it takes time, okay? It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. I think I answered it, Matt, did I?
Yes.
I think so.
All right. Do fundamentals weigh on your technical analysis at all? Fundamentals only matter to me. The answer to that poll is no. Negative. I don't care about fundamental analysis in any way, shape, or form. I don't care about their earnings. I don't care about the amount of shares outstanding. I don't care about any of that. I only care about technical analysis. Yes, Riggs. Technical analysis you can apply to crypto. I'll show you a chart
Sure.
of Bitcoin recently.
Was there support at the 43,000 level when it broke down that weekend, David?
Not really, but we had some nice support on a daily chart, which we kind of just tested, and we had a pivot point down. So we had a pivot point at just about at the low at 45,000 and change. And once we held this $47,000 level, that was a spot to get back in it. But yeah, technical analysis works in this. I would love to see, again, I'm not a big crypto trader, but you want to write this down. 41,100 is our 200 EMA on a weekly chart. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. 41,000. And then we got a gap down to 25,384. All right, guys and girls, it has been my absolute pleasure to spend this time with you. We will be doing this again. We do it once a month. It is recorded. Anyone who purchases the course, we will see you in 2 days, guys. How about that, right?
Thursday.
Yeah. Anyone who purchases a course, we're going to see you on Thursday night, 2 days from now. All right. And anyone who purchases a course will get a 5-day free trial into my trading. So hopefully we'll see a shitload of you guys on Thursday night. And then we'll get you into the trading room. And look, guys, 1 week in my trading room will greatly accelerate your learning. I guarantee that. Because I teach, we hang out, we have fun. I walk through every single trade. So that'll be great for everybody. Been my pleasure to be here. So hopefully I'll see a bunch of you guys on Thursday night. If not, we do this once a month. I say peace and love to all. I am going to turn it over to my partner and friend, Pete, and he is going to walk everybody home. It is all yours, Mr. Tuchman.
Thanks, David Green. Thanks, guys. I'm so glad you all came. I'm glad you all got to hang out. I'm glad. I hope that you got a little taste of what we do. Obviously, David couldn't go into depth about all the stuff, but in the course, we talk about risk management, language of the stock market. We help you set up your charts. We teach you the 5 trades of technical analysis. We go into depth about everything. We teach you what an RSI is, pivot points, why we use them, moving averages, and how to get into trades and get out of trades. We teach you how to have a plan. We teach you how to never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. We teach you all the good habits that David has, because he can't use some of your habits and some of David's habits, because yours will override that and you'll end up losing. We'll help you to stop hemorrhaging money, which so many people are, because they're trading on hype, on FOMO, in the meme names. We have nothing against the meme names. For us, every stock out there is nothing more than a trading vehicle. Everything out there, we have no opinion about anything. We don't trade anything anticipatorily in advance of a Fed meeting, in advance of earnings, and anything like that. All we want stuff to do, we want the news to come out, the info to come out, watch the price action, plug the 3 or 4 symbol or 1 symbol name into our charts. And if it sets up technically, we want to get into those trades. We want to get into every one of them. The minute we get into those trades, we put a stop order in 10% below where it is to protect in case the stock goes against us. We have had stocks and trades that don't go our way. It happens in a market that goes up 30, 40, 50% in the stock and then down the same way, guys. That's going to happen. A stop order, a plan in every trade we get into on the long side and the short side. That will protect your downside risk. Then we use trailing stops to protect your upside risk. We will benefit and profit out of your winners to the most of your ability. As David said, I buy a stock at 50, I put in a stop order at 49.5. If it goes against me, I'm stopped out. Goodbye, good luck. At $50.50, I take off 25 to 50% of my trade. I raise my stop order up to even, so I can never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. I can never turn a winning day into a losing day. I have to have a plan. These are the rules that help a trader who is losing money and hemorrhaging money become profitable, to stop losing money. That's why we're doing this. That's why we have so much fun. Why are we doing this? You asked that question. Why does David do it? Is it worthwhile? Because we love what we do. I am a trader on the floor of the stock exchange. I go in, rain, nor sleet, nor snow, or illness, or whatever, or death is going to keep me from being at work every day. It's the most exciting thing in the world. And to have you all people in this new community, I'm going out there to embrace all the new young retail traders, to bring them into my community. Shout out to Zoomer Trades. Shout out to Quant Data. Shout out to Mr. 4-8. Shout out to Trading Chick. Shout out to the Blonde Broker. Shout out to everybody who reached out and got and sent out the message to you all to come and be with us tonight. Please, guys, if you want to see us again in a month, come and be there for the free webinar. If you want to learn more about what we do, come and buy the course. It's a money-back guarantee. Everybody who buys the course for $3.99 on sale tonight. Sorry, Julio. I can't hire anybody right now because of the COVID and whatever. Well, welcome, Dan Howard. Everybody in my community, people who I follow on social media, really stepped up tonight to bring you all here to get out the message, right? Go to the Wall Street Bulls. We love it all too. There are so many wonderful people in the new retail trading community who I've embraced, who David have embraces. We have one, thank you, Ava, I love you. We have one message to get out there, that if you actually learn technical analysis and learn good trading habits, you can trade this wild, insane market successfully, guys. We can help you stop losing money. All these stocks that are going up and down 30, 40, 50% can go back down that way. We can make money on both sides. We're not trading off hype. We're not trading off FOMO. We're not trading off we're not trading off of the Fed meeting or on inflation or any of that information. We let all that stuff come out. We plug the names into our charts. We look for the price action, and we trade off of it, guys. We are seeing stocks that have great earnings that come out and they go down $50. We have people who are trading the taper. They're tapering. The Federal Reserve is going to taper the buyback of $120 billion a month. Everyone thought that would put a cap in the market. The market went up 400 points. This is not your grandfather's stock market. Stocks are moving in a way we've never seen them before. The volatility is absolutely out of control. Stocks like CAR went from 151 to 547 and straight back down. Okay, DWAC went from 10 to 75 or to 187 and back down to 40. AMC went from bankruptcy to 75 and is trading now in the 20s again, guys. GameStop went from $2 to 483 and back to $151 before it was a buy again. We have nothing against these stocks. These are trading vehicles to us. And we love what we do because if you use technical analysis, you put the odds in your favor that you're not going to get all hyped up on some shit because someone on the internet, some schnutz on the internet told you to buy AMC because it's going to the moon. Guys, that's not who you listen to trading advice from. People ask me every day, what should I buy? What stock am I in? What do I think about this and that? No, I don't think about any of it. What I want to do is put the odds in your favor by giving you technical analysis, this toolbox that David Green has shared with you tonight, so that you can tell me, you can reach out and go, yo, Einstein, AMC looks like a buy at 24. It's setting up on a moving average trade. And I'm going to go, I love it. That's why I'm doing this, so that you can learn, right? If you're hungry, I can give you a box of food or I can help you build a farm so you can make food. It's an old adage, guys. That's the bottom line here. We are giving you a toolbox. I'm motivating you to go buy a toolbox. David Green is filling your box of tools with tools so that you can trade this market successfully, guys. That's the friggin' bottom line. And we love what we do. So please come and join us. Money back guarantee. Course is on sale 20%. Everybody who buys the course gets a live Q&A. Everybody learns differently, guys. You can sit at home and watch the videos. You come up with a stumper, a pebble in your shoe, something you don't understand. You come on with us every Thursday night. We're live on a Zoom call. You get to ask your questions. They get answered, right? We're building a community. We've got wonderful people in our world. Trading Chick, I love you. Blonde Broker, I love you. Everyone check out, me and David Green going to be doing stuff with Zoomer Trades. It's a Discord. My man, Mr. 4 to 8. We've got so many people in our community now who are endorsing us, who are empowering us, who are sharing the message. Wolf Financial, check them out. We do a Twitter space every Monday morning talking about the markets with 1,000 people on it, guys, right? Whether you're into crypto or NFTs or day trading or whatever you're into, meme stocks, I don't care what they are. Technical analysis works for all of them. The course that we teach will put the odds in your favor to make money and be successful and profitable, right? All the barriers to entry in this market are down. You've all been invited to my party. We don't want you to come here, have way too many drinks, get sick, puke out on the friggin' lawn, and then blame me because I invited you to a party that was all screwed up. You've all been invited to this party. I want you to be successful, have fun, learn to trade, make money. That's how I get my juices flowing. If everyone who's in this new generation of you guys who are trading this market become successful, I've done my friggin' job, okay? Trust me. That's why we're here. So I love you all. Guys, Julio, thank you. I hope you all got something out of this. If you want to buy the course, wallstreetglobaltradingacademy.com, WSGTA.com, guys. It's on sale tonight, 20% off. Everyone who buys it gets a week free in David's trading room. Everyone who buys it gets a live free with me and David Green every Thursday night. It's a money-back guarantee. The course is simple. It's set out in such a beautiful way. Every section is really specific. It's not a bunch of slides that are boring and shitless. Me and David on video live talking about the markets. We will help you learn the language of the stock market. We'll teach you about stop orders and risk management. We'll teach you how to set up your charts, the pivot points, the RSI, and the moving averages. We'll teach you how to use those charts. We're going to teach you how to get into the market in the morning with scanners. We're going to teach you the 5 technical analysis trades, a trend trade, a moving average trade, a far from moving average trade, a base trade, a swing trade, and options, and crypto. We've got it all in there, guys. It's simple, it's fun, it's engaging, and I hope you all join us, man. It's all fun and good. So anyway, you can always reach out to me on Instagram. It's easy. If you go to WSGTA.com, you can go download go to the course and purchase it if you wish tonight. We'll keep it up there for 48 hours on sale. Then it's going back to $4.99. If you buy it, you'll be with us on Thursday night. I love you all. Follow everybody I follow. There you go. Romans put it out there. And we look forward to having you as part of the Wall Street Global Trading Academy family. I love you all. As David would say, I'm out of here like Vladimir. Peace and love to everybody, and have a great night.